The fact that Greta Thunberg unintentionally put Andrew Tate in jail and got his house raided before 2022 ends is so funny to me. Wait till you guys find out why Andrew Tate got arrested. Aside from the huge controversy that went down this week surrounding Andrew and Greta, apparently Charli D'amelio also got called out by her fan base for allegedly faking her relationship with Landon Barker, and y'all, even her best friend Avani received criticism for dating someone that looks identical to her ex. There's a lot to catch up on, so without further ado, let's just jump right in. Who would have thought that Greta Thunberg being responsible for the arrest of Andrew Tate would be the highlight of 2022? I mean, when I saw the drama on social media, I thought it was some other beef that Andrew usually starts with public figures on social media, but once I figured out that he was arrested because of his response to Greta, I thought it would be a good idea to close off 2022 with the perfect ending. Before we jump right in, I do want to add some highlights to the story so you guys won't get confused halfway through. But in case you guys remember my previous video on Andrew Tate, we mentioned his dark story that has been exposed multiple times by sources but not yet confirmed. And one of the stories that made the most attention was his allegedly trafficking humans. Of course, this allegation wasn't confirmed at first, but after Andrew decided to move from England to Romania, people started speculating whether he was running away from the allegations and bad reputation surrounding his name in the country after he got accused of publicity of rape, SA, human trafficking, and more. As a result of this, he had to flee away from the country to avoid getting arrested by the police. Now, here's how the situation connects to the main story, because earlier this week, Andrew decided to target Greta Thunberg as his enemy and make fun of her on Twitter after she spoke up about carbon emissions. And in his tweet, Andrew bragged about his 33 cars that produce a lot of carbon emissions just to piss Greta off. Hello, at Greta Thunberg, I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W168 0.0L quad turbo. My two Ferrari 812 Competizione have 6.5L V12S. This is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions. Yeah. This was so uncalled for, especially when Greta herself is an environmental activist that minds her own business. But for some reason, Greta got on Andrew's nerves, and he's been coming for her for at least a month now after he reposted and tweeted the following. Strange as it may seem, there is a teenager out there who believes your government should tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot. Anyways, after Andrew decided to attack Greta publicly regarding his cars producing carbon emissions, Greta thought it would be best if she clapped back at Andrew in a tweet. And y'all, just take a look at what she said. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Can you believe that this response itself gained 3.5 million likes in under 24 hours? Yeah. Even Greta herself became the first female to gain this amount of likes in a tweet. And of course, you can imagine how Andrew felt once he saw Greta's response after he decided to reply with, "How dare you?" And y'all, he even responded to an inappropriate tweet about him and Greta saying this: Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg need to stop flirting and just already. She ain't ready. At this point, both Andrew and Greta were trending all over social media platforms, with millions of people dragging Andrew for taking an L. And in this situation, he had to come up with something very extra to defend his actions after he uploaded a 2-minute video on Twitter calling out Greta.
I was informing Greta that my very extensive car collection with internal combustion engines which run on dead dinosaurs have an enormous emission profile. And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is, I have small dick energy. I'm not actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. So I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix. She thinks she's doing good. Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot.
Now, here's where this situation gets really intense because aside from his response video towards Greta being pure cringe, this video itself happened to get Andrew arrested hours later. Basically, it turned out that Romanian authorities had been searching for Andrew Tate for a while now after they received multiple reports from victims claiming that both Andrew and his brother Tristan are human traffickers, and the Romanian authorities needed proof that the brothers were in the country. So as a result of this, the authorities decided to use Andrew's social media posts to expose his location, only to find out that Andrew was in fact in Romania this week, based on the Romanian pizza chain that was featured in his response video towards Greta. This situation got both Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan arrested in Romania in human trafficking investigation and SA. And despite how unserious it sounds regarding Andrew's location getting exposed, Greta somehow managed to pull the biggest Uno reverse card on Andrew and unintentionally get his ass arrested in hours. The DIICOT revealed in a statement that at least 6 victims had come forward to allege that they were trafficked by Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate. They said they were kept captive in houses where they were essayed and forced to produce mature content under the threats of physical violence. We're still waiting on confirmation whether this information is true or not, but based on the victims' recent statements and Andrew's past actions, it seems to be accurate for now. Of course, Greta shared a response towards Andrew getting arrested in a hilarious tweet saying, "This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes." And y'all, even tons of people, including celebrities, came on Twitter to celebrate the win and poke fun at Andrew by saying this. Well, well, well. IDC. Andrew Tate snitched on himself after getting ratioed by Greta Thunberg. Andrew Tate trying to bully a teenager on the internet and failing so badly he gave his location away to the police and got arrested is the end of the year gift we all needed. There are tons of rumors and lies going around that Andrew and his brother got bailed out of jail, but once we find the real evidence, I'll make sure to report on it ASAP. Anyways, let's move on now to Charli D'amelio, who's getting called out by the entire internet for faking her relationship with Landon Barker. If you guys have seen my previous video, then you probably know how Charli and Landon both got exposed by a gossip activist called Kyle for faking their relationship for clout after she made a video claiming that Travis Barker, aka Landon's father, helped create a fake relationship between Charli and his son just to help his children gain fame. Check this out.
I'm gonna stir up another fan base. This is a Travis Barker blind item about his son Landon Barker and TikTok star Charli D'amelio. Ready? I told you yesterday that this former A- list musician is desperate to make his kids famous and to get them a show. To that end, one of his offspring is in a fake relationship with A-list social media star just to make a show more likely to happen.
Many people in the comments agreed on Kyle's claim regarding Charli and Landon's fake relationship, especially after Charli was caught last week hanging out with a guy called Alex, and later on she went out to dinner with Landon as if nothing happened. But this was only the beginning, you guys, after Charli and Landon began exposing their fake relationship days later. This accusation helped Charli post a New Year 2022 recap on Instagram where she didn't include Landon at all in the entire video. At first, people thought that Landon and Charli were no longer together after fans noticed how Charli stopped wearing her matching necklace with Landon. Although, things took a wild turn once people were at the party with Charli and Alex and confirmed that Charli wasn't innocent and that they both kissed at the party. Low-key though, she isn't. LMAO. Alex? Charli. In order for Charli to debunk this accusation that was made by Alex's friends, she decided to post a picture with Landon to celebrate her one-day anniversary with him as a joke. And for Landon, he posted a picture hugging Charli with a caption saying that she is his girlfriend again. At this point, people were over Charli and Landon trolling their fandoms with their relationship, and as a result, the entire internet decided to turn against them and accuse both Charli and Landon of faking their relationship for views and clout. This relationship feel like a publicity stunt to me for some reason. Charli just wants to be related to the Kardashians somehow. She was irrelevant in 2019. PR relationship, you can't change my mind. They are really trying to sell it. We all know it's fake. Anyways, let's just end today's video with Avani receiving criticism for dating a guy that looks identical to her ex. I don't need to remind you guys because we all know the huge drama that went down between Avani Greggs and her ex Anthony, and how they ended their 2-year relationship over cheating allegations against Anthony. But this entire time, Avani seemed to be trying her best to forget about her past relationship with Anthony and focus on her healing journey despite the grief and sadness she went through weeks ago. And to be honest, no one really expected her to go on her way and meet a new guy immediately after how she left things with her ex Anthony. Now, this happened after Avani posted pictures of herself and a new guy sitting beside her at a dinner table, and at a first glance, people thought that Avani had gotten back with Anthony because the guy who was in the picture looked very identical to her ex. Of course, her fans tried defending Avani by saying that the new guy was only her friend, while others believed that he was Avani's new interest and that she had a specific type. Here's what people had to say. She replaced the real one with an off-brand copy. Oh my god, it took me a few minutes to realize that's a different person. If Anthony gets to kiss a girl literally like a month after a breakup, Avani has every right to talk to a dude. Y'all overreact. Anyways, loves, make sure to click on the tab above for more juicy videos on these influencers.